Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about the Rune Tiwaz. So if you don't know what the Rune Tiwaz is, then I will explain it in this video. So before we get into the rune and its meanings and things like that, please just go ahead and smash that subscribe button and like button and things like that if you enjoy this video. And also, I do have a bunch of courses and services and products and things like that, so you can get them all. They're listed, most of them are listed here, so you can check those out. I do offer rune readings, so you can check those out. And you can go to my website, gebotheshaman.com, to check out everything that's on sale. I have a lot of bundle services, bundle sales on all my courses and services and things like that. So, alright, check them out. Alright, so let's get into the Rune Tiwaz. So the Rune Tiwaz means Sky Father. It is Tiw. Tiw was the Sky Father, the deity of the Norse. It also relates to Jupiter and Zeus. Tiw, Jupiter, Zeus, Deus. This is Tiwaz. Tiw is the god of war. He is the god of war and victory, and he is the god that battles Fenris, which is endless consumption. So Fenris is our unconscious mind. It is our our deepest, darkest stuff, attitudes, behaviors, and things like that. So that's Tiwaz. So before we go on to the divination meanings and the reverse meanings, Tiwaz is in the old Sanskrit, it would be Deus Pitta. Right? So Deus would be sky and Pitta would be father. So this is where we get Jupiter. So Dew is Deus, meaning sky, sky father. So Jupiter, Deus Pitta, that's the same thing. That's sky father, Deus Pitta, Jupiter. And then we have Zeus, which comes from Deus, Zeus. See how that kind of goes along? So we have Tiw, we have Jupiter, Deus Pitta, Zeus, and so those all go along. So Tiwaz, even though you might not know it, you're actually calling on Jupiter or Zeus. And so that's something to be aware of. So this is the god of war, victory. He battles Fenris. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but the story of Tiw is that he was the only god that would sacrifice his hand to tie up Fenris. So Fenris is this wolf that's going to, he was a puppy at one time, and then he grew and grew and grew so much that he could swallow the whole universe, the whole world. And so something had to be done to tie him up, to leash him so that he wouldn't go destroy everything. So the gods were teasing Fenris. Basically, they're like, okay, Fenris, here, you basically go through this this whole thing to hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So he was saying that basically go through here's like a chain to tie you up. Let's see if you can break through this chain. And sure enough, he did. And it was like a game. They would say, okay, we're gonna get a bigger chain. We're going to get like steel rope, like steel to like wrap around your neck to tie you up. He broke through that. He broke through anything that was that was physical, anything like that. It had to have some kind of a magical power in order for it to stop him. So he broke through so many things: chains, bricks, just a whole bunch of things. And so, the gods came up with this thing, this chain made of, or this like string or rope or something like that, made of subtlety, a cat's footstep. Their paws are padded so you don't really hear their footsteps. I can't remember the rest of that, but it was basically something made of subtlety. So it wasn't this big chain that he broke through that easily. So it's subtlety. So we're talking about Fenris. So Fenris is our endless consumption. It's our lower self, our carnal desires, our material desires, impulses, instincts, drives, just being human. We have certain drives and certain motivations and things like that. So Fenris represents that. And so Tiw was the only. So anyway, how the story goes is they wanted to put this chain of this like string of subtlety around him, made of cat's footsteps, things like that. Very subtle things. And so he was like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. He's like, I don't trust it. I've been breaking through these chains, and you want to put a little rope around my neck? No. So he basically said no. He said, okay, I'll do it as long as one of you sacrifices your hands and puts your hand in my mouth. He was like, because if this goes wrong, I'm taking your hand. So whoever has the balls enough to do that, I'll do it if you sacrifice your hand. So so this is the thing. Fenris, they put the chain around his neck, and Tiw was the only god to sacrifice his hand, and he put his right hand in there, in his mouth, and and Fenris he's basically still fighting Fenris. That's a battle that's going on for eternity. Fenris is chained up, but but it's like, you know, Tiwaz was still fighting him. So anyway, let's see here. So Tiwaz. So I just thought I'd give you some backstory on the god Tiw. And yeah, because this rune is his rune. Basically, it relates to him and everything that he represents. So Tiwaz, the divination meaning is victory. Its highest conscious awareness. So being extremely conscious, upstanding, spiritually evolved, powerful. It represents truth and success. So victory and success. So the reverse meaning is lack of awareness. It's being unconscious. It is unawareness. It's self-sabotage. So it's also in a positive meaning, that could mean surrender. So you know, in the 12-step program, in 12-step programs, we're taught to surrender, that a higher power is, you know, that a higher power knows what's best for us. So this is all about surrendering. The reverse meaning is surrender. And so that's harder to do than most people think. You know, it's harder to do than say. So and then we have the transitional rune. This means to surrender or to pull another card for context. So for example, this is like, you could use it as a transitional rune, in order to get more context on what they are surrendering to or surrendering for. You would just pull another card. So then we have the let's see here. So yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about the rune in different contexts. So regarding relationships, if this is something to do with a relationship, it would mean that someone is going into the relationship with the highest conscious awareness. That means that you know, through being aware, your relationship will become successful through your awareness. So that's very important that you are aware, you know, that like there's certain things that people will do and certain ways that people will act in relationships that they might not be aware of. So this shows that you are aware of those things, even if you are, you know, not even if like you're not proud of something, at least if you're aware of it, there's a possibility of growth from that. So, you know, even if you act out or like, you know, do something that you're not proud of, at least if you're aware of it consciously, that you did that and that you need to work on yourself, then there's, you know, hope for improvement. But if you're not aware, then you're just kind of living unconsciously. So this rune shows awareness. Anyway, If it's in a career meeting or career reading, this could show that you have success, that you're gaining success. And it's like that you are valued in your job, that people see you as an upstanding worker, upstanding person who is valued, employee who is valued. And there's a lot of success that could result out of that. So, and then let's see. So the reverse meaning for relationships is there's some self-sabotage there. A lot of people, once they get into romantic relationships and they are basically if there are, if things are going well, they tend to self-sabotage. That's just a natural thing that happens. Unfortunately, a lot of people's programming and things like that gets in the way of them having an intimate and fulfilling relationship, because for lots of reasons they might see themselves as unlovable or something like that. So they want that external validation of their internal belief that they're unlovable, so they self-sabotage their relationships. This also has to do with acting unconsciously, so doing things that like self-sabotage, but this means unconscious and unconscious unawareness, things like that. As far as career readings go, like the reverse meaning for a career reading would be it's just the same thing, like self-sabotaging your career, self-sabotaging your relationships with your bosses and things like that, like lack of awareness, unconsciousness. So maybe you are trying to, sabotage your career by acting unconsciously. And, here's the thing about the unconscious mind. You don't know what you don't know. It's that simple. So you could be taking actions and it's like, it seems rational to you, but it's like, why, or maybe you're taking actions in your career that you don't know why you're doing something, but you just feel compelled to do it. That's also unconsciousness. So anyway, so yeah, we'll get into how to compensate for these runes by doing the opposite. So, not exactly sure what the opposite of Tiwaz is right now, but hold on. Jeez. Alright guys, as that does it for me, so I was pretty much done anyway, but yeah, so check out my Qigong courses. I have my Cosmic Qigong course and Self-Transformation Challenge. Both of those courses are extremely awesome and change your energy levels and things like that, and they're just extremely powerful practices, so check them out. As well as we have the Astrology certification course. If you're interested in becoming a Vedic astrologer, then you can check out that Astrology certification course. And then we have the astrology consultations. And so we have astrology readings regarding your career, relationships, and all that stuff. We have birth time rectification, rune readings. I do what's called a 9-world rune reading, and that is just it accounts for every single aspect of you as a human being. We all have 9 aspects to us, and so it's important to know about each of those aspects. So that's why we do the 9-world rune reading. Alright, and then we have the career coaching, life coaching, so check that out if you like. And then we have the trauma healing course, also called the emotional awareness course, and we have the distance energy healing sessions with me, so check all those things out. And not only that, I'm going to be having a introduction to Vedic astrology course on February 18th, so go check that out. It's going to be like $45 for the next week or so, and then after the 11th it changes to $65, so go check that out. Alright, and then we have the let's see, I think that's it. So yeah, thanks guys, and appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.